Hello, so we are back. Today I'm gonna check my own AC. I've done a lot from other cars in the company and for everybody else, but I never checked mine. The system is working, it's not leaking. As you see, we have 8 bars of pressure. This is because it's very warm already outside, and the pressure has risen to 8 bars. What I'm going to do is just recover the refrigerant, measure it to see if I have the quantity that is written on the label. Yeah, and the way we are going to do this is some kind of I don't know, a more rare thing is to have everything separately. So we have a recovering station separately, we have a gas bottle separately, and also a scale. So everything that is in those automated machines, we have them separately, and this is how I like to use them. I got used to them like this, and I would never go for an automated machine. I just don't like it. So the first thing to do is to open these valves. Yeah, I already opened them. There is no pressure indication here, and that is because we need to start the unit. So we will start it. This will start the recovering. We will open the valve just a little bit. Yeah. And the pressure should rise, but it's not. Why is that? Sorry. We have another valve here on the hose, and also a filter, which I can change anytime. It's a downforce filter, you can find it anywhere, opposed to the automated machines which have special filters and you need to buy them with a lot of money. This is cheap and I can change it whenever I want. Okay, so we need to open the valve on the hose also. We will start just a little bit and we will leave it just, that's it, just a tiny bit of gas coming out. I know environmental people are going to kill me now, but that's it. It's just to get rid of the air from the hoses onto the bottle so we can recover only the refrigerant. Okay, so now this is done. We will put the scale to 0. Yeah, it's on 0. We will open the gas valve on the bottle. We will check the scale again, and you see it's modified a little bit. So we will clear everything from the scale, and now we can open the valve and actually start recovering the refrigerant from the car. Yeah, we already have 5 bars in the bottle because we have some more gas there. That's not a problem. The other one is also clean gas because I recovered it from the car and I didn't put it back. Okay, so we will just set it up like this, and we will wait for all the pressure from the car to come out. Yeah, you can see it's already 5 bars, not 8 anymore, and we should start seeing that the weight is modified in the bottle. Okay, so we will wait to see how much refrigerant can we pull from the car. Okay, so this went pretty fast. I don't know, maybe under 5 minutes, and we see we already reached 0, and this one negative pressure. I closed the valve on the hoses, and also we can see we recovered 265 grams. It just remains to purge the gas inside the recovery station. So we will do that just by moving the valve onto the purge, and this should empty all the refrigerant that remains in the unit. That's pretty much it. We cannot do better than that, and we can see 285 grams. Now you would say that 200 grams are missing, but the thing is, you can never recover fully the refrigerant that is in the car. It's almost impossible, because by the time you start the unit, the liquid inside will evaporate and will drop the temperature of the parts really hard, and you cannot pull it out with a recovering station, but it can be done with a vacuum pump, and that's what we are going to do next. Okay, so just to show you what I'm talking about, I stopped everything. The valve is still closed on the hose, and you can see before it was under zero, and now the pressure is beginning to build up again in the system. This is because somewhere in the system there is liquid refrigerant remaining, and for this to evaporate, the system needs to heat up again. If you put your hand on this pipe here, you will feel it's cold, and probably other parts in the system also. So in order to get all the refrigerant out, these parts will need to come back to the temperature of the ambient again and build up some pressure. Actually, the liquid will evaporate in the system, and the pressure will build up again. But from experience, I know that we could stay here 2 days and we will never get out the quantity that is written on the car. And considering that I didn't touch the AC for 2 or 3 years, there is leakage percentage that is permitted. I don't know how many percent per year, but I think we are in those values, so I'm not afraid that the system is losing refrigerant, because it wouldn't be working, but everything's working fine. So the next step is to connect a vacuum pump. I will not do a pressure test because it's clearly that the system is okay, and we will leave it vacuuming for, let's say, 30 minutes, and then we will fill it up with the quantity written here on the label. Okay, so this is the vacuum pump. We have connected the hose, we can start it, and this will eliminate all the moisture and also the leftover gas from the system. So we can open the valve here. You can hear it's changing its sound, and the pressures will begin to drop. Okay, so we will leave it like this for 30 minutes, and then we will charge from a new bottle, because the other one I only recovered from another car, and I'm afraid I don't have enough gas in it. And you should consider that even from that bottle you cannot get all the refrigerant out, so it's exactly like in the car. Even if you have 12 kilos, there will probably maybe 200-300 grams will remain in the bottle, so you cannot get that out. It's just like that. Okay, so let's leave it running, and we will charge it up after 30 minutes. Okay, so the time has passed, and now we can stop the vacuum pump. We will close this valve here, and also this one's, just to be sure, in case the other one is leaking, we won't get air back into the system. Okay, so we can stop this. We can connect it to the refrigerant bottle. Now these bottles Usually you have to check them when you fill them up or when you buy them. You have to know which side is liquid and which side is gas. Now I know that in this position I will get liquid from the bottle. This means that this tap has a pipe going to the bottom of the tank, and this way liquid comes out. In this one we have both liquid and gas, so this is connected to the bottom and this is just on the top, depending on what you want to get out from the tank. We will use liquid because it's much faster, and just a little bit of liquid will not damage the compressor. The compressor will get damaged from liquid from running a long time, not I don't know, maybe a few seconds when we start the car. Anyway, we will charge it first on the high pressure line. Okay, so let's put the scale to 0. Okay, but first we will open the bottle up. We can already open this valve. Yeah, we are still on 0, so it's okay. And we will go ahead and let the refrigerant in on the high side, directly into the condenser. It's no problem, there's liquid there anyway in normal operation. So we will just have to wait. You can see we are getting a lot of quantity if we are charging liquid. With gas we would not get that. Okay, so now it's stabilizing, it's not going anymore. Both pressures are up to 6 bars. This is the pressure from the bottle. We will open the low side also a little bit, and from the scale we can see there's no more refrigerant going in. So there is no way to force it. We will have to start the engine, start the AC, and we will feed the rest of the refrigerant through the suction line, because this should drop to about 2 bars and we have 6 bars in the bottle. So just throttling a little bit the valve, we can fill in the remaining refrigerant. So we started the car and the AC, and as we can see, the low pressure is about 2 bars, the high pressure is climbing, but we still need to fill in about 200 grams of refrigerant. So we will do that by opening the suction line very, very gently, just until we see a little bit of pressure. Yeah, like this. So you see it jumped a little bit. We will not open it more than this. This way the liquid that comes through the hoses, it most likely will turn into gas until it reaches the compressor. So we can see that we are getting there, slowly but surely, and actually the compressor is doing all the work for us. So 550 grams. Okay, and when we reach that, okay, 560, it's about 25 grams. We can put more, it says on the label, so we will, okay. So this is it. Now we have the correct refrigerant charge. We have stopped the valves, both of them. Yes, we can see the high pressure is about 13 bars, low pressure is 2 bars, which is okay. The pipe is really cold, and now in order to get all the refrigerant out, even from the hoses, this is why I like using these valves. We can close the bottle. Also close this valve just to be sure, and we can open up the valve on the high side. Okay, so see, we have 13 bars there. It's stable. It's no reason leaving it more, so we can open up, and when it's fully open, this is not communicating with the system anymore. So what we can do, we open this valve, and all the high pressure will stay in these hoses, and also here in the valves, and also on the hose to the container, the bottom. And now, just like before, we can gently open the low pressure valve, and all the refrigerant from the hoses will get sucked into the system. Yeah, really slowly, and when we will see about 2 bars on both of them, this means we got all the refrigerant from the hoses and everything is inside the system. Of course, it's not perfect. There will be still 2 bars of gas in the hoses, which unfortunately we cannot recover, but it's, I don't know, it's such a small quantity that it shouldn't even matter. So it's not like we are putting kilograms of refrigerant in the atmosphere. And usually, if you want to recover this, the automated station can do that, but with this manual setup we cannot do it. So I'm trying to pull everything out as much as I can. Yeah, this should be fine. And now we can also disconnect the low side. And that's it. We can take down the quickly release valves, and we are done. What we can do, let me just put on the caps. We could measure the temperature that the AC is blowing inside the car. We'll get the thermometer. Okay, so we have a temperature of about 25 degrees ambient here on the car, and I will put the sensor in the one of the outlets, and let's see. We will leave it at idle, and actually I think there is a difference. I can feel it's much colder than before, so probably there were 100, maybe 150 grams missing, but remember, this was, I think it's 3 years when I last checked the AC system, so I think it's okay. Yeah, we can see the temperature dropping. It will continue to do so. If we move it to recirculate, it will drop even more, I guess, if we close the doors. But anyway, you get the idea, it's working. So that was it. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and bye bye.